On the way north towards Galway City, we visited Corcomroe Abbey and Dunguaire Castle, and then a stop for lunch. After that, we went to Aughnanure Castle and the Quiet Man Bridge, site of a famous movie. As we made our way north through County Clare, we drove through an area called the Burren. This is a very rocky geological area that is unique to this part of Ireland. Located on the edge of the Burren, Corcomroe Abbey is a remarkably well-preserved example of a medieval monastery. The abbey was founded in the late 12th or early 13th century. Most historians attribute its foundation to Donald More O'Brien, the powerful king of Thomond, and a major patron of church building in medieval Ireland. The abbey was established for Cistercian monks. This was a reform movement known for its strict monastic discipline and very simple architecture. Although most of the surrounding monastery buildings are long gone, the main church is remarkably intact. We spent about 30 minutes visiting the abbey. Although it's located a little bit off the beaten track, it's well worth visiting, as it's well preserved and has some beautiful foundations and some interesting features within it. Moving closer to Galway City, our next stop was Dunguaire Castle. This castle is very popular, and it's quite accessible as it's located just by the side of the road. It stands dramatically on the shores of Galway Bay, just outside the village of Kinvara, at the gateway to the Burren. The castle was built in 1520 by the powerful Hines clan, a Gaelic family who ruled much of the territory around Kinvara. The castle's name comes from a legendary king known for his generosity. A ring fort associated with this early ruler once stood nearby. Dunguaire Castle is a classical 16th century Irish tower house. Some of its key features include a 75-foot or 23-meter main tower, defensive corner turrets, thick limestone walls, and a surrounding defensive wall. By the 17th century, after a lot of political upheaval, the castle passed out of the Hines' control and gradually fell into ruin. It was revived in the 20th century and restored. Some famous visitors included Yeats, Shaw, O'Casey, and Synge. It was now time for lunch, so we stopped off at a place called Moran's Oyster Cottage, located right on Galway Bay. This place has a good reputation for its oysters, so we thought we'd check them out. First, we had some soda bread, which we enjoyed as always, and then we got into the oysters and mussels. The oysters were great, just as advertised. I will say though, the mussels were very tiny and were not really worth the price, but I'd go back for the oysters anytime. Through downtown Galway, near the harbour. After a long day of driving through the Burren and up the coast, it was time to make our way to our Airbnb outside of Galway City. The next two stops would have to wait until tomorrow. Located about 30 minutes northwest of Galway City, Aughnanure Castle is one of the best preserved 16th century Irish tower houses in the country. The castle is famous for its connection to the powerful O'Flaherty clan, one of the dominant ruling families of Western Ireland during the late medieval period. The castle was built around 1500 by the O'Flahertys, and its name comes from the Gaelic name meaning Field of the Yew Trees.
Hello.
To show.
We have our OPW card. Żeby nie było martwego pola.
Shortly after Cromwell's arrival, the O'Flahertys lost much of their land and influence, and the castle eventually fell into decline. Despite this, the castle has survived and is in remarkably good condition considering. It has been restored to some extent, but it's actually quite nice inside, with a pretty good interior.
This is called the murder hole. So when somebody tries to come in through the front door and attack, they can shoot down without being hurt.
Very interesting. As you can see.
Keep going up.
Located a bit west of Aughnanure Castle, the Quiet Man Bridge is famous for something a bit more modern, a Hollywood movie. The bridge is famous because it's used in one of the opening scenes to the 1952 film The Quiet Man. The film was known for portraying an idealized version of Irish country life. Directed by acclaimed filmmaker John Ford, this film won 2 Academy Awards in 1953.
Beautiful spot.
Although we're not particular fans of the film, we did enjoy this quiet spot, peaceful in the middle of nowhere. We had a great time checking out the rugged scenery and beautiful landscapes around Galway. As we continued up to the north and to the west, we were finding things were much less busy than they were back in the east and southern portions of Ireland. It was a nice contrast, and a lot of beautiful sights to see along the way. In the next video, we'll continue around the Galway region as we check out Connemara and the famous Skye Road.